Good day, everybody. Hope you guys are good and welcome to this week's segment of our market breakdowns. So without wasting any time, let's get right into it. We're going to start on NZDCHF. As you can see, this is an update from last week's market breakdown. We had this bullish push to the downside and I was waiting for the market to trigger buy orders to activate buy momentum. As you can see, the market got into this area of demand over here, and then you got this bullish push to the upside. Now, please take note that this is a daily candlestick and hasn't closed yet. If you want to enter into this buy, like I did, wait for the candlestick to close. And if it's still giving you a bullish confirmation, make sure that you enter it with tight stop losses. And our first take profit will be here at 0.64555. And yeah, like I said in the other video, eventually I'm expecting the market to break through this flag over here. So this is what I'm expecting, right? The market to eventually break through this area, give us a retest for confirmation, give us a young pattern, and then a continuation to the upside. So this kind of setup, because I see it on the weekly, and I'm sure you've seen on Telegram as well, this is a setup that I'm planning to actually hold for a very long time. So if it plays out exactly how I anticipated it, I will be holding for a while. This won't be our final take profit, by the way. Still has a lot of room, especially if you check the weekly chart. So yeah, this is what I see happening on NZDCHF. And yeah, let's move on to another pair. As you know by now, I'm sure you know that I've also been following NZDJPY, and I have the same sentiment on NZDJPY. So as you can see here, when uptrend, the market has been forming new swing highs and swing lows, swing high and swing low, and it's just recently come back to retest this demand over here. Now we got in this reaction of this demand area over here, and I'm expecting the market to at least retest this area to fetch liquidity. So what we know about liquidity areas, we know that they act as magnets for price. So price will eventually come here to take out the orders that are resting below and above this area over here. And another thing that we know is that we're in an uptrend and this is the correction phase. As you can see, this is an impulsive move, a correction, an impulsive move, and look at how weak this correction was. So this is why I'm expecting buys in the long run. Now, if, say, for example, this demand area is not strong enough to hold, the second area where I'm going to replace, where I'm going to be placing my buy orders is this area over here. This is the second best area over here, considering the fact that there's a lot of unfilled orders from this candlestick here and this candlestick here. Now you'll notice that on Thursday, I've already uploaded a video for Thursday where I'm going to be explaining imbalances and how you spot imbalances and how imbalances work and how you should work with them to better improve your approach to the market. So if you're done watching this video, go to that video, set a reminder, and on Thursday, 7 o'clock, no, Thursday, 5 o'clock, you'll see that video. But yeah, this is my sentiment on NZDJPY. What I think will happen is we'll get a young correction, especially on the daily chart. And then this will be our first take profit. We'll break through this area eventually, and then continue to the upside. Let me just show you the daily chart so that we're on the same page. So as you can see on the daily chart, we're in the bullish flag over here, and the market recently retested this nested demand zone over here. The market still has a lot of room to fill in here, and our first take profit, if you could buy, will be at 77.335. Right? We could get a young move here or a breakout, right? Because there's still resting supply over there. So I'm expecting the market to at least give us a false movement to the downside before moving up. And this is what I'm expecting. So if you're not patient like me, or if you're not willing to hold long like me, this is where at least we'll find our first take profit. Let me just fine tune this because I'm actually expecting the market to react off the supply. So the safe entry or the safe take profit will be here at 79.405, right? These are my thoughts on NZDJPY. Let's move on to other pairs. Right now, so now we are on EURJPY. So as you can see, there was an area of liquidity over here because of the equal lows. The market went high. And last week, we went this consolidation over here, and I was saying that if I got a breakout from this consolidation, I'm actually considering selling. I'm actually considering selling to the downside. Now we see that we're getting a retest to an order block that was formed when the market broke from that consolidation. So if we get candlestick confirmation on this area, I'm selling to this point over here. But I just want to enlighten you guys on a few things. So like I said, there was area of resting liquidity over here. The market went over here and quickly grabbed liquidity from retail traders. How do we know that it was a liquidity grab? Because immediately after the market broke from this area, we got an opposing move to the upside. So whenever you see that you get a false breakout and a quick reversal, just know that it was a liquidity grab. So this was an intentional move from market makers. They knew that there were people who were holding or who had their buy orders from this area. So now they went over here to take out their stop losses. And also there were people who were selling the breakout. So they went again and took out their stop losses, right? Now, we also have this Marubuza candlestick over here, which signifies a lot of unfilled orders. Now we see that today the market is actually filling in the orders that are in here. And like I said, if we get candlestick confirmation on this level over here, that's when I'm selling. But from the looks of things, one or two things can happen. The market can still break through this area over here, right? Remember, for a zone to be confirmed, it has to break an opposing force. And one thing about this area over here is that it hasn't broken any opposing force. So this is why I'm not so sold on the sell. And for me personally, if I was to sell this pair, I would at least expect the market to break through this area over here. So especially if we look on the higher time frame, it is a possibility that this was just a major correction to the upside. But like I said, we're not predictors, we are reactionary traders. We wait for the market to give us the necessary confirmation before taking any action. So the same approach will work on this pair. We'll wait for the market to give us the necessary confirmation before we sell or buy. But yeah, these are my thoughts on EURJPY. Without wasting any time, let's move on to other pairs. So what I want to do is I want to look at EURUSD, but you know that before I look at EURUSD, I like to check the dollar index because it will give you pretty much a confirmation on what you're going to see on EURUSD. So as you can see here, we have a double bottom right on this pair that's forming, and it has a neckline over here. Right, has a neckline over here. So I was expecting either this supply area to hold, but then price has been spending way too much time on this area that it eventually sucked out all of the orders that were resting here, and it eventually violated this order block over here, right? So now as a result, we're still left with this opposing force over here, right? But then the market is showing signs of bullish pressure. So number one, price could still, orders here could be still exceeding the amount of buy orders that are coming in, and the market can eventually suck out all the buy orders that are coming in and eventually drop. But then from this push to the upside, and judging by the state of this supply area over here, we know that there's a very big possibility that price is going to continue to the upside. So my bias or my sentiment on this dollar index is that price is going to continue to the upside. And why am I expecting a push to the upside, or how am I going to validate my bias on this pair, is because of the resting unfilled orders that are here from this large imbalance that's over here. So what we know about unfilled orders is that they act as magnets for price. So the market will eventually create patterns to fill in the orders that are resting here before continuing in either direction that it wants to go. So this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting the market to go into this area, fill in the orders that are resting over here. After filling in them, then you can get your setup to the downside, right? This is scenario number one for me. Now, there's also another possibility that this area will not hold because of the orders that are resting here. All right. So there is a very big possibility that the market will continue pushing up further till this monthly area over here. But for now, this is what I see on the dollar index. Now, let's go and see if we can't get any confirmation on the daily chart. As you can see right here, you have a break of structure. The market formed equal highs over here, and now took out these buy orders over here. Now, with any break of structure, we know that the market has a tendency of going back to test that structure that's been broken. And how does it test it? It goes to an area of order blocks. So this is where we're going to be placing or looking for buy orders from this demand area over here. We also have unfilled orders from this Marubuzo candlestick. So the market will definitely fill in the sell orders, the market makers will, retail traders will fill in the buy orders that are resting here. And as soon as the retail, the buy orders are filled with this retail momentum, price will push to the upside, right? If this demand area is not strong enough to hold, another area where I'm expecting a lot of buy orders or buy pressure is this area over here. So this is what I'm seeing on dollar index, meaning that on the EURUSD, I'm expecting the opposite, which is true. Let's go to EURUSD and I'll show you. So with EURUSD, you have the supply area over here, right? Now the supply area has been confirmed because number one, it has broken through an opposing structure. Number one, it has broken through opposing structure. Number two, it's in line with the trend, right? And then number three, it's also nested on top of this existing supply area over here. So this is what I'm expecting the market to eventually fill in the rest of the orders from this candlestick over here and print a bearish push to the downside. Now there's a possibility that the market will push above this area to fill in the orders that are resting here, which I think is very unlikely considering what we saw on the higher time frame. If you haven't checked that, let's go to the weekly and I'll show you. We say we have a lot of orders that have to be filled here, but then on the weekly, what we see is that the market is bearish because it has broken this trend line. Now, recently the market reacted to this inherited supply area over here, and I'm at least expecting another retest to this area over here before the market drops to our S&D curve. Now, yes, it is very much possible that the market will still push above, but because it's forming this M formation, I really doubt it. But then, like I said, we're not predictors, we're anticipators. Let's wait and see how the market reacts to that level of supply on the daily chart. And if it does give us the confirmation that we're looking for, we'll place entries and then we will act accordingly. But then this is my bias on EURUSD. Now, if you've been following my market breakdowns, you'll know that we've also been monitoring AUDUSD for a while now. And the market has finally given us a signal with this bearish push to the downside. Now, the market still has to retest this area over here. Now, there are a lot of unfilled orders from this breakout candlestick over here, and there's a supply area that hasn't been tested. Now we know that the supply area is confirmed because it has broken opposing structure. right? And then if we get the necessary confirmation from this area over here, we're going to be taking our profits on this area of liquidity here as in a form of equal loads. So this is where we're going to be taking our profits. And yeah, this is what I see on AUDUSD daily chart. This is all I have for you guys. If you stuck to this point, thank you for watching. I have a video that's dropping this Thursday, and we're going to be talking about imbalances. So if you're interested in learning in that, make sure that you go to that video. You'll see it in the channel, and then click the bell so that you can be alerted for when it is up. Thank you guys again for watching. Till we meet again, have a profitable week. Thank you.